Yes, y'all. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to D's Daily DD. Glad you're stopping in. Before we get into the intro, I actually want to go over something real quick. My first episode, kind of mentioned that I have a lot of tequila knowledge and that I've gotten to taste a lot of them. I've actually tasted like over 300 bottles total, right? Because over the span of the time of the 2 years that I worked at that Mexican restaurant. So what I want to talk about is some some little key facts about tequila. There's too many times that I go out to the bars and stuff and I just hear people talking and it sounds just like they don't really know what they're talking about when like they say they want a reposado and they ask for a resposado. There's no S, okay? It's a reposado, okay? So I'm just gonna go over real quick like what that means, okay? So all the tequila when it's created, and made, it starts off as a blanco tequila, so it's not aged typically, right? Although it can be aged for up to 60 days, okay? So you know how there's silver, repo, añejo, extra añejo? This is what we're going over, right? And then when you want to talk about a reposado, then it's going to be aged between 60 days to a year. And we're talking about aging in barrels, okay? And they're going to use different barrels for the aging process, which is whiskey, wine, oak, French oak, all kinds of different barrels depending on the flavor they're trying to get to, right? And then, so reposados, yeah, 60 days to a year. Añejos is 1 year to 3 years. Again, and the barrel's just sitting there over time, right? Even though it started as a blanco. So that's where it gets all its color from and its flavor from as well. Okay, so you got the agave flavor and then it blends into with the wood, okay? And then next, we have the extra añejos, okay? And that's going to be anything over 3 years. So it can be 4 years, 5 years, and so on, okay? Although most tequilas, they don't age them past like I think 8 years because the consistency gets a little thicker. And so there's a lot of good tequila out there that you can sip on nowadays. And of course, the 42 is one of them. It's a very popular one. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of drop that knowledge a little bit, okay? Because too many times I see I just hear the wrong information, okay? So let's get to it. Here's the intro. All right, y'all. Welcome back to D's Daily DD. We do have a lot to cover today. Again, it was a wild roller coaster today, I would say, in the market. A couple of things going on with AMC, with Lucid, with Bitfarm. Yesterday was a big day for Lucid and Bitfarm. A lot of news came out, and also a lot of FUD came out, right? So fear, uncertainty, and doubt. All right, so since we already kind of got through that intro, I want to tell you guys thank you for the support again. We're still rolling hard, right? And we're gonna keep the information coming for you guys, okay? So remember that I've been here for a little over 2 weeks now, and I'm absolutely loving this experience, okay? I do love researching. I wake up early at 7:30 when the market opens, and I start doing my trades and researching, and then I do all that and bring it here to you guys, okay? That way you guys have the information too and you can stay up to date. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, that's why we stay up to date. And yeah, thank you for all the support. So again, today we'll start with Lucid, and then we'll go to AMC, and then Bitfarms, and then a little bit on Loopring. Even though I couldn't really find anything going on with Loopring, I just think the fact that Bitcoin dropped, it kind of brought the whole market with it. But that's why you diversify, right? I think kind of like the stocks and the crypto has been kind of working opposite lately. So right now it seems like it's going to be a decent time for the stocks, okay? So never panic, never make any crazy moves, right? It's always good to have the DD and the information that you need to make an informed decision, all right? Because yesterday, even with the Lucid report that came out, there was still a lot of bears and FUD that was floating around, okay? But the fact that they won car of the year for 2022, that speaks volumes to me, all right? And you're talking about car and driver, and you're talking about these big Motor Trend. It's the Motor Trend car of the year. Sorry, excuse me. It's the Motor Trend car of the year. That speaks big. They mostly cover gas cars, right? So now the fact that they chose an electric car, that's what really spoke volume to me instead of just the financials, right? So let's switch over. All right, let's get it. And we're gonna, again, the market just closed, guys. So it's 4 minutes after the market closed. So we're in the post market, all right? So let's go ahead and go bring up some stuff here. And like I said, we're gonna start with Lucid, okay? And this has been one of my favorite picks. I started my channel 2 weeks ago, so right around October, around this time. So the price, let's see, yeah. So the price was 20 something, 30 some dollars, and for a good while it was in the 30s, all right. But now it ran all the way to $55, and for the past month, right, you could have doubled your money and more, okay. Because I think, again, because of that news that came out with the motor trend, that was definitely car of the year, okay. And the volume today, the volume was high today, guys, super high. So the volume was 238 million, all right. We have to recognize that's what's moving this thing, right? There's just a lot of people buying, okay. And even though last night, I got some hate when I was posting, trying to post my video, people were like, oh, did you not pay attention to the earnings report? I'm like, did you not pay attention? Okay, so let's check out this information. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we're gonna start here. This is off their website. This is their press release. You can go check it out on their official website. All right. So what they did is the Lucid Air One, like I said, the car of the year. Customer reservations rose from 13,000 in Q3 to currently 17,000. Right, was the most recent. So to me, that's what I really liked. I was like, oh man, they have so many orders that they can't keep up. And then remember the car, the minimum price that starts at 77,000. Okay, so they don't need to sell as many cars as other competitors, right? Because their starting price, the higher price one is over 100K. I think it's like 144, 160 some, right? When you get it fully loaded. So that's something to keep in mind. And the customer vehicle production, they're talking about in the phase that they're in right now, because they can only, estimate to push out, I think, about 30,000 cars a year right now is what they're projecting, somewhere around there, right? But then they said a year later, at the end of 2023, when they have this new facility that they're building right now, they're going to be able to produce 90,000 cars a year, okay? So this is not anything that you want to, expect to make a crazy amount in the next few months. I mean, to me, I'm looking at it like a buy and hold. It's a long-term investment. They have a lot of good news that came out, guys. And yes, they have about $4.65 billion, right? But they're going to need more money, okay? Right now, no, they're not cutting a profit with their cars. Okay, they're just beginning. They're a new company, right? So it's going to take some time. For Tesla, I believe it took like 9 years for them to cut a profit, okay? So just always keep that in mind. But I think now that they're showing that they're a real company, you can't really rely too much on the past graph, okay? Because the charts is what I'm saying. You can't rely too much on the past over here. Like when it went to, watch, I'll show you. When it went up here, right? That was before the merger. That was just, I mean, there was a lot going on back then, and they didn't have actual cars. Now they actually have the product, okay? So they're selling the product. That's a game changer. So we'll go back to here and look at this a little bit more. So here we go, 4.8 billion in cash. Again, the CEO is Peter Rawlinson. He was talking yesterday during the meeting, if you tuned in. And he seemed very positive, guys. I don't know. I mean, he seemed very direct, very confident in what they're doing with their plans and all that stuff, right? So they're looking good. And these are the highlights. I mean, they've received the certification for the longest range battery, guys. That's huge. Received quality and certifications, right? Kicked off expansion, production capacity and capabilities. They're getting out there, and they're getting a lot of free press right now, guys. Like, they're a hot item, guys. So me, I'm not selling my shares, right? I already picked up my shares, and I'm keeping these, guys. These are mine for sure, right? The reservations, guys, everything, the deliveries, it's moving along. Okay, of course there's gonna be haters. I mean, yesterday, man, so one app you guys definitely have to download is called StockTwits, okay? That is there's a chat room for every single ticker. So you can go into Lucid, and you can go into AMC, you can go into Bitfarm and look at the chat rooms, okay? And that's also how I kind of group my information with it, right? Because I like to see what the people are saying and feeling. That has a lot to do, because retail is in a lot of these investments. Even though I don't think it's retail is moving this now at this point. I mean, at 55 a share, I think retail likes more of the like $10 to $25 range, right? And let's see, they achieved 20,000 units in 2022, right? So they're planning ahead, like I said, and by 2023 is when he said that they want to reach the maximum capacity, right? So I'm just gonna touch on it right here. So here we go. It's talking about North America's first dedicated Greenfield EV manufacturing facility, all right? So they're estimating about 34,000. Now, right now, they have all these pre-orders, right? They can't even keep up with the amount of orders that's coming in, guys. Like, that's the way I look at it, okay? So I think they will be a very successful company here in the future. And they have learned from other people's mistakes, right? So from Tesla, like, they're going direct to the customer. So they're not selling their cars to a dealership and then, losing that cut. They're going direct to consumers. So also remember that will help them in the books and the bottom line, after we get going here with Lucid, and so they start making a lot of sales. Everything's 100% in-house design, guys. Keep that in mind. As we're talking, guys, I mean, Lucid is up 25% for the day, guys. It's at 56.40 currently, okay? It's just flying. So yeah, guys, just if you want to go check out all this information, it's on their website, right? That's where I like to get the information sources from, straight from them, all right? And direct to consumer. If you want to look over the financials, I mean, I know that there's a lot of new investors, so I just kind of wanted to bring the information to you in order so you can just get a summary of it, okay? So you don't have to go look at all these. But I mean, they're saying fine, guys. Look, they have probably 6 billion in assets right here, okay? Not million, 6 billion. But there was a lot of, people trying to scare people yesterday, but it's probably because they just wanted the shares at a lower price. Okay. So yeah, long-term investment, I'm still super bullish on Lucid. All right. And then we can just take a look at this chart. What I'm actually going to do is zoom in and delete this orange. Let's see if it shows up here. This Fibonacci extension that I did a while ago, because it already surpassed all that, right? So as we can see here, now I'm going to just more look at this, the blue one. All right, so let's go ahead and delete that. Oh, that's not the one actually I want to delete, but this one. Okay, we still have our master support trend line there, and like I said, I mean, the price is just going absolutely nuts. If you would have taken my picks, I don't win every single time, guys. I don't call all of them 100%, but that was definitely a good one, right? So we're up over 100% on since we started here, since we started talking about Lucid on the channel, all right? So if that gives you any confidence, all right? Okay. I don't think we really need to talk about anything else on here, on the chart. This is actually way oversold. Okay, so what we need to look forward to actually is we might see a pullback, guys. I mean, I could see it coming up to this 57, maybe up here to 63, but with the Fibonacci, that's what it does for you, right? Okay, so it's gonna kind of give you an idea of the range that it can go to. But here we need to zoom out a bit. Okay, see? So the absolute top right now that I could picture it going to is 63, 64, and then I could see some kind of pullback, okay? And then, I mean, when you take this run, it's a lot, okay? So we need to see it to also consolidate. It's called consolidation. So that's when, people just start accumulating and just start sitting on shares, all right? And right now, that there's big investors coming into it, all right? So who knows? Maybe we could break out this way and then bounce on this, okay, and find support. But I think it'll settle around $60 and then kind of wait to see what the next catalyst would be and so on, all right, guys? So if you're gonna go long, then the price you can buy in and average down and stuff like that. If you're just trading it, well, I think it's a little too late because that run was pretty insane, guys. So yeah, because the RSI, when it goes over like this, that means that it's overbought, okay? It's overbought. And we can scroll down to the MACD. Yeah, this is the push, right? So it's looking like I don't see it. It's probably gonna have to come back down, okay? Remember, everything runs in patterns and cycles. So I'm gonna give it to you straight, all right? This is what the chart is telling me. So even though I'm long-term bullish, you might see a little bit of downward action or sideways action, all right? I don't see too much down action on it. Okay, I don't see it pulling back. Okay, now we have to talk about AMC, guys. I know that with these days, like everyone gets excited, and what I want to go ahead and point out is a couple things. All right, so I know that it basically traded sideways, guys. Like we went up, we went down 0.14%, and it's up 0.19%. So kind of a break even day. Okay, so not too much to talk about on that aspect. But what I do want to show you guys, okay, is this right here. This is the options chain. Now, if I know that options are tricky, I'm not going to really go over how they work right now because it'll take me forever to explain. But if you already know, what we want is all the price to keep going up, okay? We want this price to keep going up. Look at these ones that are in the money right now, okay? So 12,000, 12,000. Remember, every single one represents 100 shares, guys. So what I'm super excited about is the amount that we're looking at, guys. Like, look at this. This is right from Stonko Tracker. Let me just refresh it. See what we have. Okay. So yeah, something that's to pay attention to, right? Last night there was 0 shares available, okay? And then by the morning there was 1 million or 1 million some, right? So where did those shares come from? You tell me, right? So 45,000 in the money right now, guys, which means that we have a lot of opportunity here. If we can push this price up, guys, the market makers have to purchase these shares. I don't, in my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, guys, again, but in my opinion, look, the $60 ones and up, they're not hedged for, guys. Like, they have to hedge for them, right? Which means they have to go and buy the shares from the open market. All right, open market. Let's see, the volume was 38 million today on AMC. So like I'm saying, we need to see about 70 million, 80 million volume or more, okay? Every time we hit 200 million volume, guys, it's game over for these guys, right? So today, I think they did what's called a short ladder attack, all right? Remember that AMC is still moving to the upside, guys? Check this out. All right, we got the AMC graph here. I'm looking at the daily chart, okay? Look at how funny, right? We're using this supply zone, demand zone, supply and demand. That's what these zones are, okay? And then we have the Fibonacci right here from this move up, down. And what we're looking at is for this uptrend to continue, which it is still on the trend, okay? It didn't break it yet. They just faked this out, right? I think they got scared because it has to do with the options chain, guys. The higher it goes, the more of a push we have a chance for a gamma squeeze, okay? If we can get these calls in the money by Friday, then it'll convert to next week action, like, because on Monday and Tuesday, if people exercise these calls, that means that the people who wrote the contract have to have the shares in order to deliver these, right? That's the point, okay? So we would see action this week and next week, right? Potential gamma squeeze in play right now, in my opinion. Okay, so tomorrow what I want to see is let's go back to this level. Okay, we need to break this level right here. There's a big resistance there, okay? And what I want to show you guys is this again. We've talked about ladder attacks on the channel before, okay, guys? So with the shares that they have, they start selling them, right? So as soon as we hit this point, they didn't want us to go up here, right? They don't want to see it to go higher, the shorts, right? They hate that. So what did they do? They had to borrow shares and sell them into the market. This doesn't just happen, all right, guys? This doesn't look natural, right? You're having this awesome green day. You're seeing this bullish move up, and it took all day to get there, guys. And then in the matter of like 30 minutes, ladder attack, and look, it's bouncing back already. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna fill this gap. I would say, right? That's my outlook, is that we're gonna try to get back to this level and break out, guys. Look at what happened here. This is the ladder attack. It's in the proof. The proof is right here. Look, it went down. It's oversold, guys. Right? Oversold. It needs to come back up to the 50, right? To kind of reset. And then we're ready to rock, okay? It's just the short sellers getting scared, guys. Here, look at the end. Here's the end. It's going to start curling. You got your MACD tells you the cycles, right? So the buy and sell cycles. This was the buy cycle. Now we're coming here. And I'm going to continue to keep an eye on the this section right here, right? So the volume, the pattern that we got going. This is just very interesting to me. And I've already talked about it in the other 2 videos. So if you want to go back and watch those, there's this pattern that is like tidal waves, right? So in January, when you have the massive run with the volume and then it comes down. And then again, when things got super low and quiet in the volume, when we were about 20, 30 million right in May, the end, and then June, smacked, boom, volume popped up, and we had that huge run. Again, we've been creeping on that low volume, right? We were doing 29 million, 30 million. Right now, again, we did 38 million. Okay, so it's going higher slowly but surely. So remember, patience pays, guys. Patience pays in the market. All right. And yeah, so we want to continue to get these to go into the money, guys. We have until Friday. Recruit new apes, like I've been saying. Tell your friends. There's not everybody's involved in this play, guys. And then tell them to do their research, right? Tell them to watch videos, watch my videos. There's tons of information out there on AMC, okay? And I don't think we have too much more to talk about on AMC. Just the fact that, like I said, like I don't win every single time, but AMC, let's see, we've got a month here. So when I started talking about AMC, it was around $37, $35, $36, $37, okay? So again, you could have already made $5, $6 on your shares, guys, if you do your DD, and you have the research and the knowledge, then there's no reason to be scared, right? You're gonna come out winning. Man, and I'm just loving Lucid too, okay? So yeah, let's just go over some information on Bitfarm next, all right? So Bitfarm here, we can start off with the chart, guys. Not much to see. I mean, it's kind of looking like it broke this trend line, but tomorrow we're gonna have to see, okay? Remember we drew it out a couple days ago, right? So we're in this breakout, so we're running. We're finding really good support, guys. Look, this is already 1, 2, 3. Maybe it'll come down again, but it's already showing really good support there, guys. So I can actually expect this to go up this way. Now, we do run off Bitcoin. They had their earnings report yesterday. It was great, guys. Let's check this out. Bitfarm. Now, Yahoo Finance covered it. It's a pretty long article, or pretty, we'll go over the main points, but here's the article. Up 22% from Q2, guys, and up 559% from Q3. What's up, right? It's been one of my favorite companies for a while, guys. I mean, I got in when it was like $6, okay? And I had to go negative for a while, and I just held because I know what the future holds for this. But look at this. Look at these numbers, right? If you do like fundamental investing, guys, this is it, right? So they grew their revenues to 44.8 million, up from 6.8 million in Q3 a year ago. They achieved record profitability at 23.7 million, up from a loss of 4.8 million. So keep that in mind. Last year they were losing money. This year they're profiting money, okay? The CEO was great. He said, they have learned from over the past experience, and they're opening up the one in Washington and the one in Paraguay. So they are expanding, guys. I'm loving this company so much. They said all the right things, that I wanted to hear, and that, they're following their plans and they're on track. Okay. So, to me, guys, if you want to get into this play, it's still a play, guys. Like, it's under $10. I don't think it's going to stay there. I could see it going to like the $15 range, $20 range, in that window. Okay. Here soon. So we're talking soon. Okay. I can't say when, but, couple weeks or so, once Bitcoin gets back up a little bit. I know that it had a small drop, but that's just the way it goes, guys. That's how crypto works, okay? So we're gonna go back to here. They're just talking about all their good stuff, and how they're growing, and the exahash. Okay, so they just hit over 2 exahash. Their goal is to get to 8 actually by December 31st of next year. Okay. So yeah, this is just a buy and hold, guys. I know that Mara got hit with some kind of SEC filing, but that's a whole different thing, right? Like the way I look at Bitfarms is they're trying to do everything right, everything by the book. I think they have a really strong team, guys. I really do. Increase its total revenues again, 44.8. Net income of 23.7 million, guys. They increased their gross mining margin to 82% from 79%. If you like all the numbers, here we go. And yeah, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about Bitfarm, guys. Stay the course, right? Stay the course. Here's another article on Lucid, guys. That I'll post down there. basically just saying, you know, how their shares are rocketing. Okay, but sorry, I forgot to mention that one earlier. I'll just put it in the description, guys. And yeah, on Bitfarm, I mean, I just the forward-looking action, you know, coming. I want to see it come back and see if we can come test this $10 area. You know, all we need is Bitcoin to just pull a UE, you know, real quick, and we'll be sitting good, guys. You know, we've already been through a lot with this stock, and it's just normal, guys. Okay, it needs to find its new price zone, its channel. It's gonna do what's called consolidation. What we were just talking about with Lucid again. Okay, so yeah, just keep your eye on this one, and if you want to get in, it's still, I think, a good window right now. You know, make your own decisions, but my opinion, we're good right here. We have a lot of upside, guys. And yeah, let's see. Bitfarm, we already went over that. So let's just go ahead and look. This is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so we started off October 28 right here. So it was hovering around $5, and yeah, you know, now we're up. Okay, guys. So let's get it. Last one, we're just gonna go over Loopring. Again, you know, I still love this thing. I think it has a lot of potential. It's just I looked for news today. There wasn't any news. I think what really brought it down today was the fact that Bitcoin came down too as well. So that's the only thing I could think of. You know, this chart's still looking healthy, guys. It's consolidating right here. So don't if it breaks this, you know, that's what I'm kind of worried about right now. If it's gonna break this support line right here that we can see it's playing out, because then it'll come down to like this $2 range, you know, and that's just, man, from $4 to $2, you know, I get it, but we're just waiting. We're waiting for that news. You know, today wasn't that good of a day. It's down 9%, and I couldn't find any new news on it. All right. So we're just gonna buy and hold and wait. Okay, we're just gonna wait this out. I mean, in my head, you know, I want to look at it for like let's see where it's at in January, February, around that time, and see what kind of news comes out by then. All right, guys. Yeah, I don't have anything else really to go over. I'll pop this in the description, guys, for you guys to check out. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's Tuesday, right? I think. So let's see what happens tomorrow with Lucid, AMC, Loopring. You know, maybe by tomorrow, you know, crypto's 24/7. You never know what could happen. Okay. All right. So see you soon. Okay, guys. Hang in there. Peace.